Hello everybody, and welcome back to The End of Me, HT15. This is Cody Bryan, and today is June 28th. And today what I wanted to do is just talk about some more questions. I've asked people to write questions. However, this time we only had one. It's from Megan Simmons. She asks, have you ever thought that you would lose friends or faith because of HD, and how does it impact your life? Friends, actually yes, because my dad, when he first went through Huntington's disease, we had just moved back to the city that he went to college in, and so all of his friends from college were there, and they all noticed something different because they hadn't seen him in years and years. Number one, they asked him where was his fro, and then they started noticing like he just wasn't himself. He wasn't nearly as, I guess, open and just out there, really funny. He used to tease people a lot in a good way. People could always tell when he was joking, and that was a good thing. And he just had this great, amazing personality, and it just seemed the disease seemed to squelch that. And I got to watch him go through it, but at the same time, all of his friends who said they were going to be there through all those years, through all the things that he was going through, one by one they just stopped seeing him. They stopped talking to him. They stopped visiting, really. They tried to support him, but it was more from afar, And I think it's because they didn't really know how to relate, what to talk about. The worse my dad got, it was harder for him to talk. Him and his twin brother. They were both digressed in the same way, actually. And so it's hard for the people to talk to them. And, my sister's getting about that way actually right now. And everybody notices. It's really hard to talk to her. And they ask me if I can actually understand her. And for the most part I can. It just takes a little time to get to know what she's talking about. If you spend most of the time with her, you'll know what she's already talking about. So it was like that with my dad and my uncle too. We already knew what they were talking about because we'd been with them. And their friends would have too if they had actually spent the time with them that they, would have. And so because of that, when I heard that I was getting the disease, I was actually afraid of that myself. But I had already moved up to Kansas, and since being in Kansas, I didn't know anybody, so it was already to that point anyway, and so I didn't really make that many friends. I have some friends, but not really close friends like I did in Texas. And the ones in Texas, they don't really talk that much, but they do. From time to time, I go down there and visit, maybe once a year, and it is like old times, but I still feel like I did sort of lose them. As far as my faith goes, no, I never felt that I would lose my faith. I did ask God why He wanted me to go through this, but I asked the same thing when my dad got it, and his twin brother and my sister. And but at the same time, He's never actually given me a reason. I've just seen the change in my family, the change that it does to my family, because we've become so much closer together because of this struggle, and closer to God actually, because it's not just that we pray more, it's more that we rely on Him, because we can't do this ourselves. And then how does that impact your life? Well, actually, I tend to look at people when I meet them and think, are they just gonna ignore me? Are they not gonna really talk to me? The way I used to just go up to people and talk a lot, and I was always comfortable with anybody. Nowadays, it's more, you have to come and talk to me, you have to ask me about my past and the kind of person that I am for me to really open up. It didn't used to be that way, but that's the way the disease is. So I think about that a lot and wonder how I'm going to be with new people that I meet. Will I ever actually make good, close friends that I've had through the years? Another thing I want to talk about today is I finally got a letter from the Social Security office right here, and it they actually said, we have determined that you are not entitled to disability benefits based on the claim that you filed. However, you may appeal this determination if you think you are disabled. And honestly, when they were putting me through the testing process, I did kind of feel like they were going to reject it because it's just so early as of right now. But the problem is they can't see what is going on in my mind, and really it's mostly cognitive in the beginning, and that's what my dad, my uncle, and my twin sister went through, and they all got their disability. So I believe, me and my mom believe that we didn't really build a strong enough case for me to, really pointing out all of the things that Huntington's disease has done to me mentally. And, it is really physically. I've felt my hands shaking more and more recently. Starting to lose my balance a little more. And so we're going to try to appeal it and see if we can't get approved for disability. It's already been 6 months since I applied in December. So I don't know what's going to happen, but we are going to do that, and I will let you all know what we tend to do. So what I would advise you to do when you apply for disability, if it does happen, just state the cognitive stuff that is happening the way you used to be, the way you are now. Because the people that were testing me and trying me in all those different ways, they didn't know the way that I used to be, so how could they judge and say, this guy's different, Somehow we have to let them know how I was in the past, and same thing for you if you applied for disability. Let them know how you were in the past and how you've changed. I hope that helps. Thank you guys for tuning in. Once again, I want to give a shout out to my cousin Sarah, who edits these videos. Her Twitter is sjoy88, and her YouTube is sarahjoy88. And once again, go and check out the website for the Huntington's Disease Clinic in Wichita, www.huntingtonsdiseaseclinic.com. Anyway, guys, thank you guys for checking that out. And because of this video, the fact that I have Huntington's disease, all things are possible through Christ. Later.